Top 10 Prison Breaks in History. Prison breaks have fascinated people for generations, representing the ultimate struggle for freedom against seemingly insurmountable odds. Some of these escapes are legendary, involving meticulous planning, daring execution, and the kind of audacity that captures the imagination. Below is a list of the top 10 prison breaks that have left a lasting impact on history. Now, finally sitting at number 1, we have the escape from Alcatraz, 1962. Alcatraz, known as the Rock, was a maximum security prison located on an isolated island in San Francisco Bay. It was believed to be escape-proof. On the night of June 11, 1962, Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin managed to escape by digging through the walls of their cells with homemade tools. They created a makeshift raft from raincoats and set off into the cold waters of the bay. Despite an extensive search, the men were never found, and their fate remains a mystery. Their escape inspired the 1979 film Escape from Alcatraz. Next up at number 2, The Great Escape of Stalag Luft, 1944. Stalag Luft III was a German prisoner of war camp designed to be escape-proof, holding Allied airmen during World War II. On March 24, 1944, 76 prisoners escaped by digging 3 tunnels, nicknamed Tom, Dick, and Harry, over the course of a year. Although 73 of the escapees were recaptured and 50 were executed by the Gestapo, even though only 3 prisoners escaped, the event became a symbol of resistance. The story was immortalized in the 1963 film The Great Escape. 3. The Maze Prison Escape, 1983. Overview. Maze Prison in Northern Ireland was one of the most secure prisons in Europe, for being escape-proof, known housing mainly paramilitary prisoners during the Troubles. On September 25, 1983, 38 IRA prisoners used smuggled guns to overpower guards and hijack a food delivery lorry. The escape was meticulously planned and became the largest prison break in British history. The escape led to a massive manhunt, with most escapees eventually recaptured. The event had significant political implications during the ongoing conflict in Northern Ireland. Coming in at number 4, the Libby Prison Escape, 1864. On February 12, 1864, Libby Prison, located in Richmond, Virginia, was a notorious Confederate POW camp during the American Civil War. Led by Colonel Thomas E. Rose of the 77th Pennsylvania Infantry, 109 Union officers tunneled their way out in a rat-infested zone that the Confederate guards were reluctant to enter. The escape route led them through a tunnel under the prison walls and out into the streets of Richmond. While many were recaptured, over half of the escapees successfully reached Union lines, making it one of the most successful prison breaks of the Civil War. Next up at number 5, Billy Hayes' escape from Turkish prison, 1975. Billy Hayes was an American student arrested in Turkey for attempting to smuggle hashish out of the country. He was first sentenced 4 years in a Turkish prison, but a week before his release, authorities decided to change his charges from possession of hashish to smuggling, which led to 30 years in prison. After enduring brutal conditions for 5 years, Hayes escaped by stealing a rowboat and paddling to Greece. After escaping, he blended in with locals and then headed westbound across the border to Greece. After 2 weeks of detention and interrogation to determine whether he possessed any useful intelligence about Turkey's military, he was transported from Thessaloniki to Frankfurt on October 20th. After interrogation by U.S. authorities in Frankfurt, Hayes spent 7 days in Amsterdam and then returned to the United States, arriving at Kennedy Airport over. 3 weeks later, on October 24th, 1975. His story became widely known through his autobiographical book, Midnight Express, which was later adapted into an Oscar-winning film in 1978. Coming in at number 6, the Texas 7, 2000. The Texas 7 refers to a group of 7 inmates who escaped from the John B. Connally Unit, a maximum security prison near Kennedy, Texas, on December 13, 2001. The group overpowered civilian employees and prison guards in the maintenance shop where they worked. They stole clothing, guns, and even a vehicle, and then fled the prison. After their escape, the Texas Seven went on a crime spree, including a robbery at a sporting goods store in Irving, Texas, on Christmas Eve. During this robbery, Irving police officer Aubrey Hawkins was shot and killed. The group then fled to Colorado, where they decided to hide out in an RV park. The escapees were eventually captured again between January 22, 2001, largely due to tips from the television show America's Most Wanted. One member, Larry Harper, committed suicide before he could be arrested. The remaining 6 were convicted of capital murder for the death of Officer Hawkins and were sentenced to death. 4 of them have since been executed, while 2 are still awaiting execution. Coming in at number 7. The Escape of Sobibor, 1943. Sobibor was a Nazi extermination camp in Poland occupied during the Holocaust. On October 14, 1943, around 300 Jewish prisoners revolted, killing guards and escaping through minefields and barbed wire fences. While many were recaptured or killed, about 50 escapees survived the war. The revolt led to the closure of Sobibor, and the escape was later dramatized in the 1987 film Escape from Sobibor. Coming in at number 8, Escape of El Chapo, 2015. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, one of the most notorious drug lords in history, was incarcerated in the maximum security Altiplano prison in Mexico. On July 11, 2015, El Chapo escaped through a mile-long tunnel that was dug directly under his cell. The tunnel was equipped with lights, ventilation, and a motorcycle on rails. His escape was a major embarrassment for the Mexican government. He was recaptured in January 2016 and later extradited to the United States, being sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years also, forfeiting $12.4 billion in assets. Next up at number 9, Clinton Correctional Facility Escape, 2015. The Clinton Correctional Facility in New York is one of the state's most secure prisons. On June 6, 2015, 2 inmates were discovered missing during a bed check at 517. Richard Matt was serving 25 to life, and David Sweat is serving life without parole. These cats escaped by cutting through their cell walls, crawling through a series of tunnels and pipes, emerging outside the prison walls. A massive manhunt ensued, and just after 2 days, Matt was found and killed in a confrontation with police, and Sweat was shot and captured alive 3 weeks later. The escape highlighted serious security lapses at the prison that needed to be addressed. First up at number 10, the Petak Island Escape, 1995. Petak Island in Russia's White Lake housed a maximum security prison. Petak Island Prison, also known as the Alcatraz of Russia, is known for its extreme isolation and harsh conditions. Located on a remote island in the White Sea, it contains some of Russia's most dangerous criminals. The prison's frigid waters, constant surveillance, and severe climate make it nearly impossible to escape. Surrounded by icy waters and accessible only by boat, Russian crime boss Sergei Mikhailov, also known as Mikas, orchestrated a daring escape. With the help of accomplices who bribed guards and arranged for a boat to pick him up. In the aftermath, Mikhailov's escape was short-lived. He was recaptured shortly after. However, the escape was a significant embarrassment for Russian authorities and highlighted the corruption within the prison system. These prison breaks are a testament to the lengths to which some individuals will go to regain their freedom, often risking their lives in the process. While some were meticulously planned and executed, others relied on sheer audacity and luck. Each of these escapes has become a part of history, capturing the imagination of people around the world and serving as a testament to the human desire for freedom. Thanks for sticking with us to the end. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and let us know down below which was your favorite escape from this list today. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and become part of the Grind family. Catch you guys in the next video.